Venice, a city floating on water, steeped in history, romance, and the whispers of a grand past. But in June 2025, its quiet canals echoed with something new. The buzz of paparazzi drones, glittering yachts, and exclusive guest lists. Because this time, Venice wasn't hosting another masked ball or film festival. It was hosting the wedding of the year. Jeff Bezos, Amazon founder and one of the wealthiest men on the planet, married former news anchor, philanthropist, and helicopter pilot Lauren Sánchez in a lavish, multi-day celebration that blended old-world luxury with modern spectacle. But while the stars toasted love and legacy, many Venetians were far from enchanted. The wedding spanned 3 days, from June 26th to 28th, unfolding across multiple iconic Venetian sites. The ceremony itself took place on the private island of San Giorgio Maggiore, surrounded by Renaissance architecture and glistening waters. The reception, however, was moved last minute to the Arsenal, a historic military complex, far from curious eyes. Originally planned at Scuola Grande della Misericordia, the venue change came after rising local backlash. Lauren Sánchez turned the event into a full-scale fashion statement. Over 27 designer outfits in just 3 days, from dramatic couture gowns by Schiaparelli to classic silhouettes by Dolce & Gabbana and edgy looks by Alexander McQueen. Each entrance was a runway moment. Jeff, in contrast, played the refined groom. Crisp Italian tailoring, a polished watch, and his signature confident grin. The kind of look that quietly says, "I own the venue." And maybe the city, too. The guest list was as high-powered as it gets. Oprah Winfrey, Kim Kardashian, Leonardo DiCaprio, Mick Jagger, Katy Perry, Bill Gates, and even Ivanka Trump were spotted arriving on private water taxis. Some came aboard Bezos' $500 million sailing yacht Kourou, docked nearby and serving as a mobile party hub. And what a party it was! From a foam-themed kickoff on the yacht to a masquerade gala inspired by the Venice Carnival, and even a Gatsby-style soiree with live jazz and vintage cars brought in by barge. The event was theatrical, cinematic, and staggeringly expensive. Reports estimate the cost ranged between 46 and 76 million US dollars. But don't worry, the couple requested guests donate to local Venetian charities instead of bringing gifts. A nice touch, perhaps, though it didn't calm the waters, because outside the glamour and the champagne flutes, real tension was brewing. To many Venetians, this wasn't just a wedding. It was the perfect symbol of how their city, their home, is being transformed into a playground for the ultra-rich. A city where locals are priced out, forced to leave, while global elites helicopter in for curated moments of old-world charm. Protests erupted even before the first flute of Prosecco was poured. A local activist group calling itself No Space for Bezos organized demonstrations in the days leading up to the wedding. They unveiled banners reading, "The 1% is destroying the planet," and launched an effigy of Jeff Bezos into a canal. A striking image that quickly went viral. These weren't just angry chants in a piazza. They were a cry of frustration from a city slowly drowning, not in water, but in inequality, over-tourism, and cultural erosion. The protesters' message was clear. Venice isn't for sale. Not to billionaires, not to corporations, and certainly not for a weekend of celebrity excess that many residents felt trampled on their daily lives. Even the logistics caused disruption. Blocked canals, rerouted foot traffic, tight security checkpoints, and a sense of exclusion that lingered even after the last toast was raised. Of course, some might argue the couple had every right to celebrate in style. And they did attempt to give back, but to locals, charity donations don't fix the underlying issue. That events like these spotlight the deep divide between wealth and community. In the end, the wedding of Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sánchez will go down in pop culture history as one of opulence, fashion, and spectacle, but also as a moment when the world saw Venice through 2 very different lenses. One, a fantasy postcard of love, fame, and timeless beauty. The other, a real place, with real people struggling to hold on to their home as the tides of tourism and global wealth rise around them. This was Fame Alert, where we don't just show you what's trending, we tell you what it really means. Stay tuned.